Hey everybody, it's Caitlin. Welcome back to CoronaChat. It is Thursday, September 24th. And today I just wanted to kind of open a space for us to reflect a little bit. We started the CoronaChat project in the beginning of April, and since then we have recorded 56 separate videos on different topics ranging from COVID and pregnancy, which was our show last week, to some of the more nitty-gritty immunological pieces, to masks, to vaccines, testing. We've covered a lot of ground in a pretty short period of time. And it seems to be fairly clear at this point that COVID is going to be with us for some time more. Hard to say how much and whether that will be, as an acute pandemic that continues for months more, whether that will be as a long-term illness that is just around, if not in kind of acute pandemic proportions, but something that people get sick with every year, the way that people used to get sick with measles or polio, the way before we had vaccines for those things. It's kind of in reflecting on that, that the CoronaChat team has been thinking a little bit about kind of what our role is, and how best to kind of serve what's needed moving forward. We've started this project really in the thick of things at the beginning of the pandemic arriving in the US at a time when misinformation was at an all-time high. There was very little that we knew about SARS-CoV-2, the virus that causes COVID-19. There was a lot of information coming out very quickly, and it was very difficult to figure out what information was good quality information, what information was just totally false, because the scientific process was moving very, very quickly and things were being kind of put out in preprints very quickly. And since starting in April, the normal kind of review processes have started to catch up. So we still do have a glut of preprints out, but the peer review process is now actively going through and publishing COVID publications. We're seeing the scientific community really rally around, this is the consensus that we have. This disease is transmitted through the air. Wearing a mask does a really good job at protecting yourself and other people. We're starting to figure out some treatments that seem like they're working, and the entire scientific community is hard at work on a vaccine. Our media environment has also caught up somewhat, and we're starting to see more fact-checking happening in the news around COVID, which was something that we didn't see at the beginning because nobody quite knew what was true and what was false. And we've also seen lots and lots and lots of folks in the public health community, many epidemiologists, many other health behavior folks, all of the public health community has really stepped up to say, what is our role in communicating to the public about what we know about this illness, about what we know about how to keep safe. One of our favorites being Dear Pandemic on Facebook that posts a ton of stuff. So with that in mind, we've been thinking a lot about the gap that CoronaChat started to fill, and the fact that it's really been filled by folks who tend to do this actually much better and much faster and at a much bigger scale than we can. And now that those folks are in place and able to provide good quality information, we think that it's time for CoronaChat to sunset for now, at least sunset in its weekly video format, so that our team can focus on kind of other related work, but knowing that we can kind of transition more into behind-the-scenes public health roles now that our communications more generally have ramped up. And so with that in mind, this is, at least for now, the last regularly scheduled weekly CoronaChat video. In the event that there are big developments, things like a vaccine does get approved, we'll record another video to keep you up to speed and let you know what's happening. And in the meantime, we'll be kind of posting information on articles that seem like they give good quality information on our Facebook page. But this will be the last time that we're kind of tuning in to talk to you on a regular weekly basis. Know that our direct messages are totally still open. Reach out with any questions that you've got. If you see an article, you're not sure if it's true, feel free to ping us. We are totally happy to respond, and I think we've managed to respond to everybody within 24 hours. So we're going to strive to keep doing that and to be really responsive so that we can be a little bit more flexible in actually responding to your specific queries as opposed to trying to put together a weekly video. So we hope that this will allow us to be a little more nimble and to be able to dig in a little deeper to doing some of the kind of behind the scenes public health work to actually try to end the pandemic. And, but we hope that if there are a couple things that you can take from this, that, a healthy sense of skepticism is one of them, that when you see a headline that seems too good to be true, take a breath, see if you can verify it somewhere else from another source that you know is a good one. We'll continue to post sources regularly on our page to let you know. As we see information from the CDC continue to change, we will try to continue to post guidance as best as we can, cross-checking everything with the World Health Organization, with what other countries are recommending, so that you can make your own decisions about what information you feel like is the most trustworthy to you. But with that said, until we speak again, just remember, stay safe, take care of one another, and we're all in this together.